I'm one of the co-founders of The Fabricant, and The Fabricant is a digital fashion house. It means we only do digital fashion, nothing physical. And we created a platform to enable anybody to launch a fashion label in the metaverse, which means you can launch your own digital fashion label direct to the avatar. And it's an ecosystem that is building. It's based on immersive technology of gaming and blockchain. So everything that you build is also related to ownership that can be traded digitally. And it's fascinating. It's still highly, I would say, early adopters, is in the early adopters phase, but rapidly expanding. And we have been there since 2018.
Do you feel that, is it in the stage like people are actually using it now?
100%, yeah, 100%. We're in the stage that we make money. Not enough money
There is
to support
revenue.
our
There is revenue.
There is revenue. There is revenue. There is adoption. There is traction. We are backed by investors, so it's not that we make enough money to support our operations, but we see every time, the traction increasing, the amount of people joining the space, and it's really in the tipping point. And part of it is getting the product easy to use. Taking right now, blockchain and NFTs are too much in the forefront of the user experience. They need to become in the back of the user experience and just be super seamless. And that's what we're working on, and a lot of people are working on. So just like right now, you don't talk about the internet as HTML, right, which is the technology. Very soon, we're not going to say NFTs when we talk about digital assets that we buy and sell, because it's just going to be.
I think in general, people need a way to explain a new technology so they use it. I can share with you that when I meet startups and you ask them what do they do, 90% would say we do something that we don't understand, and it's either on a blockchain or AI or machine learning something. So I think once it goes to the layer of how we do it using that technology, then what we do becomes the basics, becomes the actual conversation. No one will care later if it's a machine learning, if it's based on a blockchain or the NFT. It doesn't really matter. But it's interesting, and I would like to connect that to what you said earlier about education, And I think in many ways, getting the certificates, right, and getting the credential, and getting the work done, and getting the testimonials, and if we look at blockchain as a concept of proof of work, you could do the same concept of proof of work through an NFT for education. So I don't have any formal education, but I did this course and I did this client, and he gave me that score, and he did this, and as speakers today, we go and speak, and we get an overall rating afterwards. And this is how we keep 100%. Moving. So it could be very interesting, don't you think?
Yeah, 100%. It's already happening here. It's actually there is a little gadget that's called proof of attendance. So SPOAP is the abbreviation. It's a French startup, and that's what they do. Is like you attended an event, in real life or digitally. And at the end of the event, you get the code released. That code is an NFT that proves your attendance through the event, and that is your badge. And there are a few educational platforms now playing with it. We are playing with it as well, because we do a lot of tutorials for creators to actually, your attendance is a badge. And once you have so many badges, you're actually part of the higher class of designers. So that is like one of the methods, and I think to your point, there is a lot of opportunity to innovate in education.